Imagine walking into a stunning, vibrant Victorian ballroom, where the very walls are silently breathing lethal poison. Consequently, high society elites danced gracefully under glowing gaslights, completely unaware of the toxic vapor surrounding them. Therefore, a brilliant chemist named Carl Wilhelm Scheele accidentally triggered one of history's most fashionable mass poisonings. Love dark history? Please comment below, subscribe, and like this video now. In 1775, this Swedish chemist successfully synthesized a revolutionary, blindingly radiant green pigment using deadly copper arsenite. Previously, artists struggled immensely to create durable greens, relying mostly on dull, muddy, natural earth minerals. However, this new vibrant hue remained astonishingly bright, instantly capturing the collective imagination of Victorian high fashion. Consequently, factories rushed to print magnificent patterned wallpapers, turning ordinary home living rooms into deadly traps. Therefore, wealthy families proudly coated their damp walls, completely ignoring the strange, sweet garlic odor emitting nearby. Furthermore, the era's damp, humid weather caused toxic molds to feast directly upon the cheap wallpaper paste. Consequently, these microscopic fungi released dangerous, invisible arsenic gas clouds directly into closed, unventilated family bedrooms. Thus, children and adults alike mysteriously sickened, suffering from excruciating stomach cramps and painful bleeding skin lesions. However, local doctors completely misdiagnosed the bizarre symptoms, blaming bad air, genetics, or common seasonal flu outbreaks. Meanwhile, the lethal trend expanded rapidly from interior design directly into the glamorous world of women's fashion. Elite women desperately craved the stunning green ball gowns, completely oblivious to the poison scratching their bare skin. Therefore, a single extravagant evening gown often contained enough pure arsenic to kill over a dozen people. Consequently, sweat and body heat caused the toxic chemical powder to flake off continuously during long dances. Hence, beautiful debutantes inhaled the toxic dust particles all night, slowly destroying their internal organs from within. Tragically, the factory workers who produced these items suffered the most immediate and horrific physical consequences. Young seamstresses handled the dyed green fabrics daily, breathing heavy green dust without any facial protection whatsoever. Consequently, their fingers developed painful black ulcers, and they frequently coughed up thick, bright green blood. Nevertheless, the profitable fashion industry aggressively silenced anyone who dared to question the safety of the color. However, a famous 19-year-old artificial flower maker named Matilda Scheurer tragically changed everything in London. Her sudden, agonizing death was so utterly horrifying that the mainstream public could no longer look away. Before she passed, the poor girl vomited bright green fluid, and the whites of her eyes turned green. Consequently, an official autopsy shocked the entire nation by confirming massive amounts of arsenic inside her liver. Therefore, courageous medical journalists began publishing bold exposés, calling the trendy shade the literal color of death. Furthermore, prominent chemists tested high-end home wallpapers, proving they shed massive amounts of toxic dust daily. A single square foot of wallpaper contained enough raw poison to easily kill 2 healthy adult humans. Consequently, panic spread rapidly across the empire as wealthy citizens realized their beautiful homes were active execution chambers. People frantically ripped the expensive green paper off their walls, burning it in large outdoor bonfires. However, the textile manufacturers stubbornly resisted the overwhelming scientific evidence, protecting their massive corporate profits fiercely. They falsely claimed that only improper home maintenance or bad ventilation caused the mysterious, fatal illnesses. Therefore, the public boycott grew significantly stronger as women universally refused to wear the deadly tinted gowns. Even Queen Victoria herself reportedly ordered the immediate removal of all green decor from Buckingham Palace. This high-profile royal rejection dealt a massive final psychological blow to the dying arsenic paint industry. Consequently, chemists scrambled desperately to formulate safer, non-toxic alternatives to satisfy the market's green obsession. They discovered that mixing different mineral pigments could create beautiful shades without relying on toxic heavy metals. Idyllic, non-toxic greens gradually populated the market, but the tragic physical damage already done was completely irreversible. Many survivors suffered from chronic respiratory issues and severe skin damage for the rest of their lives. Furthermore, the abandoned green wallpapers remained hidden beneath newer layers of paper for many generations. Unknowing modern construction workers occasionally uncover these toxic hidden layers during historical home renovations today. Consequently, specialized hazmat teams must sometimes intervene to safely remove the dangerous Victorian wallpaper remnants. Isn't it fascinating how a simple aesthetic choice could fundamentally alter human history so lethally? The deadly green craze perfectly illustrates the dangerous lengths humans will go to achieve visual perfection. Therefore, consumer protection laws were heavily influenced by these early, tragic 19th century fashion scandals. Governments finally realized that unregulated manufacturing processes posed an extreme, immediate threat to public safety. Consequently, strict testing standards were gradually introduced to ensure toxic ingredients were banned forever. Today, we can safely enjoy vibrant green colors everywhere without fearing hidden, lethal consequences. Yet, the chilling story of Scheele's green serves as a timeless, permanent warning about blind consumer obsession. Beauty should never require human sacrifice, yet history repeatedly shows our tragic willingness to pay the price. Consequently, the next time you admire a piece of vintage, brightly colored home decor, remember the thousands of innocent lives lost to the Victorian era's most beautiful, silent assassin. Their forgotten sacrifice quietly paved the way for the strict safety regulations we enjoy today. Ultimately, Scheele's green remains the absolute most brilliant, fascinating, and truly deadly plot twist in design history.